What's up, y'all? It's Jeff Dobson, J. Richard Photography, back with another video. This week I want to talk to you about something very important, and that is how to cull and edit your wedding photography. So this does not require, as long as you have the Adobe suite, photography suite with Bridge built in, and with Adobe Lightroom, you'll be able to do everything I do without having to go out and buy an additional software. So anyway, that's what we're going to do this week. So let's jump right in. All right, y'all. So you've shot your wedding. You're home for your wedding. You've plugged the SD card into the back of the computer, and you're ready to roll. So what's the best process? So for me, what I do is I like to import all my images onto an external hard drive. I like to work off an external hard drive. Of course, then with file management, there's tons of videos on that, how to back everything up to other spots. You can go find those, but this is what we're going to do today. So every wedding gets its own folder. So for this one, we'll just say we shot it on 10/8 of this year. We'll call it the Smith wedding. All right. So inside the Smith wedding, I like to create a few folders. So the first one I'm going to do is Smith Wedding Raws. So I always have the raw images saved, and those are always available to me to go back to and look at again. Next, I like to do Smith Wedding Culled. So I'll cull any images that get culled. Once we culled, we put the images that we're going to actually work with and edit into that file. Then I like to do the Smith Wedding Finals. So that's all the final images that will be delivered to them in their gallery, coming right out of that, will be put right into that file. And then the last one I like to do is the Smith Wedding Blog/vendors. You want to blog every wedding you shoot, get them out there in the world for people to see, and then of course send your vendors from the wedding day a gallery for them to use too. That's how you really grow this thing. All right, so that's the files under the Smith Wedding main folder. Those are the subfolders inside it, and that's how I organize every single wedding. So now we've got like I said, we got our SD card in. And for this one, I'm just going to show you a few pictures from the bride getting ready and a couple detail shots. We're not going to cull like a whole entire wedding. If you want to see that, I'll be happy to do that for you in another video. So anyway, I'm just going to grab the ones from early in the day where she was getting ready and the images. So we're going to grab all the photos we want. We're going to go to that hard drive. We're going to open up Smith Wedding. We're going to go to Raws. I've done Command C to copy, Command V to paste them into this file. So after all the images are pasted into your Raws file, then what we're going to do is open Adobe Bridge. Don't know if you've ever used it. An amazing tool that comes with your suite. So this is kind of the overview of what it's going to look like. I work in the Essentials tab. That's my favorite tab to work in. I love it. And one thing I highly recommend down here is where it says use the command button for labels and ratings. Uncheck that, because we are going to use labels and ratings for culling our images. Okay. So now what we do over here is all your, you got your desktop, all the options there, your SD cards here, your different hard drives. So you want to go to your hard drive that you loaded everything to, open Smith Wedding, and click on Raws. All right, so all the raw images are loaded right in here. And you can see they load up very quickly. So it's really nice how fast that comes in. And so what I like to do is I use the number 6 on my keyboard. And number 6 will basically give the image a red tag, okay? So you see it pops up red right here. That means it is a select, and you'll see a new sub, like under your labels, instead of no label, you'll see one that says select. You'll see there's a number one image under selects there. So what you can do, and the beauty of this, you can make, and you can adjust all this. If you'd rather see one image bigger, you can adjust it this way and see the image a little bigger here, or you can see them bigger in the film strip, whichever one you prefer. So we can go through and start looking through these images to see which ones we like. All right, so we like that shoe, so we gave it a 6. We got a detail of the dress, we can give that a 6. And you can see how quickly it loads through these versus having it in like a Lightroom catalog, trying to cull through it that way. So that looks nice. That looks good, a little darker. That looks good. Which is pretty cool. This was actually shot in a like Airstream was the getting ready, which was pretty cool. That looks nice. Some nice detail of the dress. That looks good. Getting the back of the dress. And so you just keep going through. Nice flat lay of the dinner stuff, which was cool. Good shot of the reception area. Little shot of the confetti they threw out. And of course, when you're doing this, you want to spend a lot more time looking through this. I'm doing this for speed purposes for you. So now we get into where it's her mom, you know, zipping her up. One of the coolest things you can do, and if, you know, obviously you don't want to cull in, like keep images that are out of focus. When you come over here, you see this magnifying glass. You can click and it'll zoom in super tight. And so you can see, am I in focus based off where that is? Yep. Yeah, it's not bad. F1.8, that's pretty tight. So we put a 6. We'll use that one. And you can do that for every image. You can look. So you can see this one. We missed a little bit. We'll skip that one. I really like the expression on her face there. Looks like we got focus on it. That's good. So we'll put a 6. And we just keep going through these same images. That was nice. And so you can just go out and back. See which, do you prefer the look on her face in that one or that one better? Or that, you know, you can go out and back and help cull out what you want there. I like the way your mom was looking at her there. We can just click in, zoom in real tight. Yep, looks like we got focus on that. We'll keep it. That looks nice. Beautiful shot of her sitting in the dress. Yeah, we can look in. Yep, everything looks nice there. Super nice scene. Love the layout of that. Let's see. That one's a little bit soft, but I think it's going to be good enough. Yeah, those are nice. Didn't catch the seamstress left her glasses there. So if we like that, of course we could Photoshop that out, but we have enough to where we don't have to worry about that. Then we got some shots of the groom, same thing. We can just look in. Yep, looks like we nailed focus. So now we're just looking for kind of facial expressions that we like the best. Some nice close-ups there. There's the bouquet. So anyway, so you go through, put your 6s on the images you like, and don't hit anything for the ones you don't like. So now what I do, we come over here on select, check that, and that's going to open up your selects that you've chosen there, okay? So now I hit Command A, Command C, and then we're going to click in culled and hit Command V. And so then it's going to copy all of those files out of the raws and bring them back in to the culled section, okay? So now, we now have all of them from the raws. They're still in the raws because all we did was copy them, but now we have those that we selected loaded right into the culled file. So now, in Lightroom, now I like to be able to work on my catalog, on my photos anytime I want to. So I want to be able to go from my desktop to my MacBook. If I want to go change locations. That's what I like to do. So the way that I do that is I save all of my Lightroom. Every wedding gets its own catalog. So the Smiths will get their own, this wedding will get its own. So what we do is we go new catalog. And I'm going to name it the same way. 2022 10 08 Smith wedding. All right. And I save all of my catalogs. I save all of mine to Dropbox. That way I have Dropbox loaded on this computer and on my MacBook, so I can use them anytime. So I can go anywhere I want. If I want to get out of the office, out of the house, and go work outside, take the MacBook, go do it. So I highly recommend doing that. All right, so now we are in Lightroom. You can see they have up here their own catalog. So we're going to go to Library, Import. All right, so you're going to find, of course, your hard drive it's on, Smith wedding, culled. Okay, so there's our culled images. Now, what you can do is build smart previews. If you outsource your editing, you do that. With this, the smart previews are built in, so you don't actually have to have the physical hard drive with you all the time. Great thing to do. You just, before you finalize everything, you do have to eventually hook back up to your hard drive. I like to use the Maston Labs presets. I love their presets. They give you that kind of bright, vivid, airy look. Especially if your day lent itself to that, like this one did. And so in develop settings applied during import, I go in to my Maston Labs, select, I love the Fuji 400H blue. I love the look it gives. So every image is going to get that upon import. Again, it saves it. It gives the whole catalog, all of your work that uniform look. And so that's definitely what you want to do. So we have every image selected. We select import, and it's going to load all the files in. All right, so now, as the files are in, I go in, Dev takes you to your develop module, and you start working through your images. So I go in, I love the base of the Maston Labs, but then I will go in and make a few adjustments, to exposure, get everything put together that way, get it, get the crop how you want it, edit it as you see fit, right? And then what I do, since that first cull was kind of a rough cull, you saw there was a couple of duplicates here and there, I'll select the ones that I know are going to go in the finals. I will put a number 1. I will label it 1 star. All right, so then we got the details of the dress. Again, we'll go in, make any adjustments we want to make to it. Maybe bring it down a bit. Beautiful details of the dress, we'll put a 1 on it. And if you like what you did, of course, you come right here, previous. It's going to apply what you did to the previous photo right to it. Here, I'm going to go in, I'm going to crop it. Let's make sure it's nice and straight. Nice focus on the dress. Let's try to get a little more centered in the frame with the crop. Then we go in. And I always tend to crop first. That's just kind of my go-to. We'll maybe pull it back just a little bit. And then maybe warm up the frame a little bit. Yeah, that looks nice. We'll set that to 1. And then you just go through. Every photograph gets the same treatment. We'll crop in a little bit here, make it more about just the two of them. Got the white balance dialed in, that looks nice. Yeah, nice photo there. I like that look on their faces, that was super nice. There we go. We'll get them lined up that way. Get the skin tones in line. This one is a little soft, but I do like the look on their face, which looks nice. You could even maybe do like a black and white treatment to it and make it look even better. Yeah, that looks nice. So that is exactly what you do. You're going to go through every photo and go in and get them edited down the way you like. Something like that. Looks nice. Gotta get that line straight up there though. Auto didn't work real good on that, did it? Maybe it did. There we go. Yeah. But you can see Maston Labs gives that nice bright look. I really like how that one turns out. That came a little bit on the green side, didn't it? Warm it up a little bit. There we go. It's kind of nice. Yeah. All right, so we go through every photo, you get them edited, and 1 star is for the one you want to deliver to your couple, right? Do one more here. Bouquet was gorgeous. It really popped against her dress, and that looked nice. All right, so then we're going to go here and we're going to filter it down to our 1-star images. So again, that was quick and dirty. So we have 8 images. You know what I like to do is Command A. We're going to go export. I'll name it Smith Wedding Finals. And I do custom name sequence. That way all the images get exported in the order that you have them there in the library. And if you're going to do any resizing or sharpening, you can do all that, add all that in there. And then we're going to go export. And then when I hit export, we're going to go find our our file for that wedding. We're going to click Finals, Open, and export them. So look, that is the way I handle all of my weddings. I have found that I can cull a wedding quickly this way, and then get in there and edit the images very quickly. I think like most photographers, I promise a 4 to 6 week turnaround time. I've never run into an issue with getting them done. I try to dedicate enough time during the day to do a couple hundred images a day of editing, just getting them to that point. To me, that's plenty before they all start looking the same, and you start overlooking little things. So that's kind of my process. So again, everything that I do is based around it being efficient and quick, and for me, that's it. It's easy for me. So anyway, I hope that has been helpful. I would love to hear from you guys. Is there a way that you manage your editing workflow that you find very efficient for you? What works best for you? I would love to know. Maybe it's something I could add to my workflow. If you'd like to see how I photograph an entire wedding, definitely click the video up here and you can see behind the scenes of how I photograph weddings myself. So anyway, my name's Jeff Dobson. Hope you've enjoyed. Be sure to like and subscribe for more videos just like this, and I'll see you in the next one.